Yeah, breakups suck. Trust me, I've been there. But you know what? Your breakup is about to fuel the baddest and boldest glow up of your life. Today, we're going to navigate the healing journey from processing your emotions to rediscovering your inner baddie.
Is that bitch o'clock?
And oh, you best believe we're going to dismantle that patriarchy BS that has us thinking we need a man to be happy because, spoiler alert, we don't. More hot takes on this near the end of my video, so stay tuned. But first, why am I dishing out this advice? Let's just say I've taken the crash course on breakups. I was in a 5-year relationship where we had a dog, lived together. You can say it was some serious adulting stuff. And honestly, it sucked after we broke up. But plot twist, that breakup literally propelled me into leveling up in ways I didn't think was even possible. So not only did I get over my breakup, I'm also living my best life right now because I discovered the real secret sauce. And it doesn't matter if you're single, in a relationship, or navigating a breakup, these emotional skills that I'm going to be sharing with you today are really game-changing for your entire life. And I've done my research. I've absorbed all the wisdom on the best books on love, relationships, communication, and I got all the tea from a couples therapist, so you don't have to. Let's dive into it. The first step is processing your emotions. Acknowledging and moving through your feelings instead of avoiding them or shoving them down is so important, and it's the first step to healing. So in the early stages of healing, you may feel a lot of different things like denial, fear, loneliness, and it can get really overwhelming. So my first tip is journaling. I'm a huge fan of journaling. I've been journaling since grade 6, and those journals were kind of wild. This study confirms that expressive writing, like journaling, significantly improves processing stress and promotes personal growth after emotional stressors, aka breakups. And my pro tip is to combine journaling with an activity, and this is what I mean. So journaling can provide a huge emotional release. And you want to combine that with an activity like a cold shower, a meditation, yoga, exercise to calm down your body after you're processing all that emotion. For example, when I was going through my breakup and I had like insomnia, mind fog, all these symptoms of stress, I would journal and then I would go on a run or a bike ride to get all the stress out of my body, and I would feel so much better after. So definitely combine those two things. If you're not sure what to write, literally write what you're thinking right now, right? What you're feeling right now. And honestly, it can be really hard to express and verbalize what we're feeling because we're not taught to express how we feel in school, which is so unfortunate. But I highly recommend Brené Brown's book, Atlas of the Heart. This book is a literal encyclopedia of emotion, so you can find and understand what feelings you might be going through in order to label it and write about it. And you can also try some journaling prompts like, what are some emotions I've been feeling since the breakup? What were some lessons learned during this relationship? How can I nurture myself during this time of healing and growth? And what are some things that I miss about being in a relationship? And what are things I don't miss? So a couples therapist recommended this book to me. It's called Rebuilding When Your Relationship Ends by Dr. Bruce Fisher. And it's a widely respected guide to surviving a breakup or even a divorce. So this author goes all out and talks about the 19 steps to fully recovering from a divorce. I'm only going to be talking about one, and this one step was like the biggest game-changing step. So in his section about letting go, he recommends writing a goodbye letter. And this letter should include what you learned from the relationship. You should acknowledge the good and the bad times, acknowledge your part in the relationship's issues because relationships are a two-way street, and ultimately saying goodbye. And this letter is about processing your emotions. You do not need to send this letter. In fact, I did not send this letter when I wrote it. Personally, this was such a game changer because right before I wrote this letter, I was like, I don't know how I'm going to get over this. I'm never going to recover, whatever. And then after I wrote it, I was like, let it go, let it go. So we tend to romanticize the past, and a really hard part of moving on from breakup is just focusing on the good times. But what I really liked about this letter was acknowledging the good and the bad times and acknowledging your role in the relationship's issues. This really accelerated my healing process. My third tip is talking it out. It really helps to talk or journal about your emotions to process and heal. You can talk to family, friends, and if you can afford it and it's within your toolkit, I definitely recommend seeing a therapist or a coach. So I spent a lot of time talking to my close friends. They all know about my breakup. And personally, I process my emotions through talking with others, and I really feel supported when I talk to my friends, family, or my therapist. And of course, keep in mind the emotional needs of your friends. They're there to support you, but you don't want to overwhelm them with your emotions, which is why it's so important to journal. And my next tips will also help. All right, so now that we've covered processing your emotions, you're ready to rediscover your inner baddie. So breakups aren't just about endings. Breakups are a fresh start to rediscover and unleash the baddie in you. So if you think about it, relationships, especially the serious ones, take up a huge chunk of our lives. We share friends, hobbies, experiences, Netflix accounts, and even bank accounts. But now that you are free, you've got time to fall in love with yourself and date your own damn self. You might feel super lonely right after a breakup because you just lost someone you spent so much time with. But it's okay to feel lonely, and it's not forever, because once you reconnect with your own interests, passions, hobbies, you'll find the best company you could ask for, and it's your own damn self, girl. So what is the game plan? Step number 1, it is the main character glow up. So we are all familiar with the concept of a post-breakup glow up, the revenge bomb, the whole shebang. And why does that happen? It's because honestly, as women, we get caught up playing supportive characters in our relationships because the patriarchy pushes women to put others before ourselves. So we've been sidelining ourselves, potentially neglecting ourselves in our relationship. So if that was you, now is your time to shine as the main character. No, I am not going to tell you what to wear, what to buy, what workouts to do. I don't subscribe to those toxic beauty standards. You do you. Do whatever you want to do that makes you feel good. Maybe that is getting a new outfit, getting your hair done. Maybe it's learning about something you've always wanted to learn about. Maybe it's traveling. Do you. Do whatever you as the main character want to do. But here are some tips. You can grab your girls and do a cute ass photo shoot for your main character glow up. Another tip is to rediscover your passions. Understanding and redefining ourselves outside of our past relationship is so important. Who are you, girl? Use this time to reconnect with yourself with things that light a fire in you, or try something new. Did you love painting but put it aside because you didn't have time? Grab that paintbrush, girl. Or did you always want to volunteer but your ex didn't want to? Sign up for that volunteering thing right now. So this study shows that pursuing personal interests and activities increases well-being and happiness, and who doesn't want that? And it's kind of obvious, so let's get into it. If you're thinking, I don't know what to try, I don't really have any interest, or I don't have time or the money, let me tell you, it is easier than you think to try something new or rediscover your old hobbies. You don't have to do some fancy hobby, or you don't need to be perfect at it. For example, after my breakup, I started doing hip hop, jazz funk, and Beyonce classes. I haven't danced in 10 years. I was definitely not perfect, but it's so fun and exhilarating to get out of your comfort zone and try something new. Another low effort idea is cooking. I just started cooking things that I don't usually cook. I always eat the same salad if you know me. So I tried to make some mussels, tried to make pizza. I made some pad see ew. It was fun. And I also started exploring around and taking my dog to some new hiking trails. So get out there and explore your interests and try something new. You never know, you might be pleasantly surprised. Another tip is to take yourself out on a date. Splurge on some quality me time. Get to know yourself again as an independent queen. So yeah, that restaurant your ex didn't want to go to, book a reso, take your girls, or even take your own damn self to the restaurant, okay? So the options and ideas are endless. You can do a cooking class, go to a museum, you can take a pottery class, you can buy yourself flowers, go dancing. Treat yourself like your own soulmate. And the key is, this is important, get outside of your house. Is Netflix and chill taking yourself on a date and treating yourself like your own soulmate? That is up for you to decide, but I do encourage everyone to get out of your house, Put on a fire outfit, do a hot girl walk, do whatever it takes to get out of your house. It really changes your mindset. The next step is gathering your squad. Surround yourself with supportive friends, family, and community that create a positive vibe, because it's so important to feel supported and feel a sense of belonging, especially in this time that you just got out of a relationship that was your main attachment and main time spent with them. And relationships take up so much time in our lives. It's really good to reconnect with our friends that we may have lost connection with or spent less time with because of our past ex in that relationship. So now's the time to do a girls trip, do a picnic, dinner party, board games night, whatever's up you and your friends' alleys. So reconnecting with friends provides you with a social support system to lift you up when you're feeling down. And this is important throughout your entire life, not just navigating a breakup. Last but not least is patience and self-compassion. So it's so important to be patient and compassionate with yourself as you're going through this breakup, because let's be real, patience and self-compassion fosters self-love and acceptance, which is the real bad bitch goal here, okay? And falling in love with your life will not happen overnight. Be patient with it. Healing takes some time. If you're interested in more healing and growth, I highly recommend these 3 additional books. If you want a deeper dive, comment below and let me know. So it's Daring Greatly by Brene Brown, Attached by Amir Levine and Rachel Heller, and Nonviolent Communication by Marshall Rosenberg. Finally, I want to address the elephant in the room, patriarchy's relationship myth. In many societies and cultures, women have been conditioned by the patriarchy to think that we need a relationship to be happy. Newsflash, we don't need one to be happy. So don't give in to the societal pressures that say you gotta find your next partner ASAP. We can't dismantle the patriarchy overnight, unfortunately, but we can chill, take the time to heal, and enjoy being a single baddie and enjoy falling in love with our own lives. Remember, the most important relationship you'll have is the relationship you have with yourself. So make it a good one, because you are a queen, girl. So today we've covered the full guide on healing and thriving after a breakup. We talked about how talking to friends, journaling, and writing goodbye letter helps you process your emotions. We also talked about the 5 steps to rediscovering your inner baddie, some book recommendations, and patriarchy's relationship myth. Remember, breakups suck, but it is a time for reflection and personal transformation. Now, if you want to learn how to build inner confidence and be that baddie from the inside out, watch this video next. Subscribe for more content on leveling up your personal and professional life. Bye!